Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Mystic Inspirations. My name is Leanne, and I will be bringing you your monthly tarot forecast for the month of August 2016. Before I begin, I would like to say thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and interacting via comments on the videos. I really, really appreciate it. This has been a wonderful experience right off the bat. I am not new to tarot, but I am new to YouTube. So thank you for helping make that a nice transition for me. These readings are general, so I would like for you to check out your moon and or rising sign, and you'll likely get a more clear picture of what's happening. I will be interpreting energies, so of course there are no hard start and stops um, as far as timing goes. And if something doesn't resonate, please just let it fall by the wayside and take what does. So before I begin, I would like to say I do have some indicators here that there is some mixing up of messages that you're receiving, like spiritual messages and intuitive messages. It feels as if they're coming to you, but they're getting jumbled up, okay? And I have a feeling like you're scared of it, or you feel like there's something dark about it for some reason. And honestly, Cancer, that is that is something that needs to be healed. You you are sort of blocking your intuitive messages, and you're actually I got a message earlier when I was tossing these stones that um, some of the things that you say are coming out darker than what you intend, or perhaps people are receiving it darker than maybe how you intend it. In any case, there's some sort of bursting energy. And for you, Cancer, you're a water sign. You usually kind of go with the flow and are usually more on an emotional level, more in tune to, speaking in a not very hurtful manner. But I feel really that your communications have been a little bit harsh. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there. I know that that is very specific for maybe one, two, or a small handful of you. But I did get the message, so it's being passed on to you. I'm going to draw one card representing the energies of each week in the month of August. And again, they don't have to have doesn't have to start here at the beginning of the month and end at the end. Some of these energies linger. So I'm also pulling a card for what's going to help you, what energy will hinder your movement forward, what will be a challenge, and of course, what lies underneath it all. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this is a very successful card. This knight always gets what he's going after because he's willing and able to plant the seeds. He knows it's going to take time. He knows it's going to take some nurturing, and he's very, very willing to see that project through, to see, things go from seed to harvest. He's in it for the long haul. This is an energy of patience and um, determination, but it's a very slow moving energy. Okay, so for the month of August, Cancer, it feels like, underneath everything, you're really just sort of waiting for everything that you have sort of planted. You're being patient, you're being nurturing, you know how much energy to give. um, you're in it for the long haul, okay, Cancer? So this is a great card. This is underneath it all, and this is going to thread itself or ribbon itself through the energies that you're going to experience this month. So let's see what we've got going on. Let me put these aside. On or about the first week, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is really lovely. As the Knight of Pentacles is ribboning through the month with his patience and his, he takes care of his family and his health. This 10, this is wonderful. This is family. This is inheritance. This is accumulated wealth. This is, and by wealth, it doesn't just mean finances. This is home. This is property. This is knowledge. This is skill. This is something, this is the energy of passing down from one to another. Okay, so, it doesn't have to be financial. It doesn't have to be inheritance in a monetary way. It doesn't have to be property. It could be spending time with family. It could be gaining the knowledge and wisdom that your elders have to share with you. And this doesn't have to be blood family, mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle. This could be, your soul family. This could be really spending time with somebody who is mentoring you, who will bring you to that Ten of Pentacles place where you kind of got it together. You've planted the seeds, you've seen them through, and you've seen the fruits of your labor. Okay, so that's what's happening the first week in August for you, which is amazing. Okay, and after that, we've got riding up, riding out of the storm. We've got the Death card. Okay, so this is a new life. Okay, this is the death of something that has been needing to sort of come to an end, to die, really. And this is a major arcana card, so a little bit of an explanation here. If you have the Death card happening in your life, this isn't just, I'm gonna stop filling at a certain gas station or something. This is a major life change. Okay, this is letting go of old belief systems. This is letting go and walking away from habits that no longer serve you. This is walking away and refreshing, putting on a new skin, so to speak. This is coming out of a life or lifestyle that needed to end and starting new. It is called the Death card, but honestly, in some decks, it's called Rebirth. And that's really what it is. But of course, even when little babies get born, human babies, right? They come from the mother's womb out into the world. Well, yes, that's wonderful for us, that because we're already here. But for that baby, it's going through a death of sorts, in that life is no longer as it was. Okay, it's no longer surrounded by fluid. It's no longer being fed through the umbilical cord. Lots of things. So no longer protected by the womb. So again, death doesn't mean that you're literally dying. It means that you are literally coming to live a new life. Okay, and if that means through your work, through your relationship, through your everyday, life, maybe you've been going through some really tough times, and you've put in the hard work, and you just feel like you've been struggling, and you've learned and done everything that your elders and mentors have said. And you know what? Those hard times maybe are over. Maybe it's no longer a life of lack. Maybe this is telling you you don't have to look at things in a impoverished point of view. Okay? So this Death card is wonderful. This is a transformation of life. Okay? And moving away from spiritual beliefs that you find do not sit well with you anymore. This is moving away from even beliefs from, let's say, a political standpoint. Any type of rules, laws, and regulations that, of course, we have to follow the law, but there are certain things that we, um, have been looking at that we're having now a new, fresh set of eyes to look at things with. Okay, so that's what's happening with you, Cancer, is that you've put in the hard work and you've sort of set the foundation for your family and for their families and their families, and now you're like, you know what, I'm going to live a new life, and that will carry over in many different aspects for you. That's beautiful. And so by the middle of the month, uh, we have the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups speaks to an offer of emotional support. It speaks to not seeing the love that's there. It speaks to being bored or showing apathy. Um, it also, I do always like to mention, this could be um, controlling your impulses, in that fours are very stable. So in a very literal sense, these cups, hey, I like my wine, right? So when I see the cups, I always think that there's wine pouring out of them. Sorry, my bad, right? So Cancer, this could be something as simple as, you know what, somebody's offering you that extra cup or that extra serving or that extra marital affair, and you're like, no, I'm focused on what I have, I'm good with what I have, and I'm going to stick with this. Okay, so this, although a lot of times it does lend itself to having an offer that you're not acknowledging, sometimes that is a good thing. This is also a very stable and faithful card. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily um, mean that he doesn't see her. He's just not acknowledging her. Okay, yes, she's got something to offer him, but um, and in some senses, it's like, you know what, there could be something really amazing if you just turn your head. But in certain situations, that something amazing, he's already stable. He's already, this is a four, number four, which is stability. So, he may be just keeping his stability there because he's not looking elsewhere. Okay, so this is definitely focused emotion. Again, by the third week, since you are sort of coming out of, the phoenix coming out of the ashes from the death card here, I feel as if, um, this new way of looking at things, um, you might be purposefully restricting yourself. Okay, maybe you had a health revelation. Maybe you had, some inspiration about, you know, how many how many how many plates you can keep, juggling in the air, so to speak, or spinning. You know what I mean? Like when the carnivals and whatnot, they've got the plate spinners, right? And maybe this is you just saying, you know what, I'm a new person now, and I can only handle so much, and this is my boundary. Okay, this is also a boundaries card. So by the third week, just know, Cancer, that you might be, there may be an offer of of love. It is a cups card. You may also be the one offering love and or emotional support. Love does not have to mean an intimate relationship. This could very much be, offering love and support to a friend, somebody who is down. And this could be you as well, Cancer. This could be you having gone through such a major transformation at the beginning of the month. This could be you just like, wow, sort of like out of it. Like you're not even, there's people here trying to support you, and you can't even You just can't even, right? That's our new saying these days. So, this might be you sort of in that place of, feeling like you don't have the love and support. But I'm telling you, Cancer, you have it. It's there. And by the end of the month, um, we have the Five of Wands. Now, this is a fiery energy, and this is really depicting some chaos and some upheaval. Now, I am not an astrologer, and I promise you, I know just enough to really get in trouble with it. But I do know that there is a Uranus thing happening, and Uranus is surprises, and Uranus is usually kind of the kapow energy. I will say this: the Five of Wands is an energy of discontent. It's an energy of arguments, and a lot of times these arguments are petty. Okay, Cancer. So keep that in mind when you reach the end of the month. Remember, you've planted seeds. Okay, you've done the work. You've nourished and are nourishing things through. So if this is at work and you have a project that's sort of your baby, right? You've thought of it, you implemented it, you nourished it, you pushed it through. It's it's growing. It's not ready to harvest yet, but it's growing. There may be some arguments coming up about it. Okay, you may have to sort of um, you may have to just figure out how to get along, or this may be one of those we're going to have to agree to disagree. Okay, because Five of Wands, although it is petty arguments, it is people are fired up about something. Okay, so this could really indicate, you know, passions flaring. This could be arguments at home. You know, my way or the highway. This could be just heated energy. Okay, and I am recording this in Texas, USA, and I am telling you, it is hot. It is late at night, and it has to still be in the 90s with way too much humidity. So everybody's heated, everybody's hot, everybody's exhausted, everybody wants to get their point across, everybody's short tempered. Okay, so by the end of August, and I'm not saying just if you live in a warmer climate right now, but there's a universal energy of irritation happening. And of course, globally, we know that there are so many horrific things happening right now, right? And it does make you wonder, why is everybody just going batshit crazy right now? Okay, so people really are feeling this energy, and depending on where their charts have this, that, and the other, it's affecting them more so, and they're going out on these killing sprees and whatnot. So just know that you're going to encounter some of this energy, and you may feel it yourself, Cancer. You may feel very fiery and just really pissed off about something. Okay, so let's see what's going to help you. Thank goodness, right? What's going to help you? We have the Eight of Cups here. And the Eight of Cups speaks about walking away from a situation that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. Okay? This could be a relationship, this could be a job, this could be a home life situation, roommates, or location of your, whatever. There's something that you're emotional about. Um, and what you see here, hopefully you can see it. She's walking in the dark. She's only led by moonlight, and there's not much of it. It's just a sliver of a moon. Um, but all of the planets are there. Okay, the planets are aligning, and all of these cups are standing still. There's no more. There's nothing left in them. They're fine the way they are. They're not dumped over, but you're leaving a place of complacency. You're leaving a place of unfulfilled promises, a place of, emotional badgering that you don't need it anymore. You don't need it. Okay, so you're walking away. You don't know where you're going, and that's okay. That's going to help you. Leaving an emotional empty situation is going to help you, because hanging on to that is definitely not going to help you. And as a water sign, Cancer, um, don't swim in all of these unfulfilled promises. Okay, um, just don't do it. Walk away. Use your intuition. Let your um, let your intuition, let your spirit, let your higher self really propel you forward. You don't have to see all of the steps. You just have to see the first step, okay? And the second step will be illuminated for you. And that is going to help you move forward through these energies. Now, what could hinder you this month? We have the Page of Wands, okay? And so the Page of Wands speaks about exciting news. This is a messenger. This is the heralder. This is, hey, guess what? Uh, this, I do believe, might be causing this. Okay? So this might be gossip. This might be, it's a younger energy. It's a very impulsive energy. It's a very active energy. It's a fire card, right? So maybe not even on purpose, but there may be some excitement that sort of gets blurted out that wasn't necessarily a lie, but it maybe wasn't the whole truth. Okay? So you have to just wonder if this is a hindrance, this news that's coming. You're going to have to try to find a way to find the truth of the matter, because in your challenge position we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, now this is definitely cutting to the heart of the matter. This is the truth of things. This is victory. This is positive thinking. This is a double-edged sword. It's the truth, but it might hurt. This is your challenge for the month, Cancer, is to find the truth, to find your the single-mindedness of what's true for you. Okay, I feel like there's a bit of this isn't always a defensive card, but I feel like you're going to have to argue with somebody about, maybe this new life that you're living or coming into. Maybe there's all of this passion, may be jealousy. Okay, people get riled up about stuff like that, right? So you have to, um, you know, your idea that is right for you, your truth that is true for you, your words that speak of your inner self, that's going to be your challenge. Your communication is going to be a challenge. Okay, Cancer, because a lot of times you tend to work off of your emotions. You're a water sign, and so you flow very easily um, in and out of these cups in a dream state. But help to you is going to be walking away from that, and that is going to be a challenge, because you'll be walking away from being more using your emotions to using your intellect, using your knowledge, using what you have learned about people, places, and things. What have you learned about your job? What have you learned about your significant other? What have you learned about your parents or your brothers and your sisters, your friends? What have you learned about the restaurant down the street? You have to. This is going to be a challenge to not only get the truth, but then also retain it and use it and speak it. Okay. Now, another challenge this may present is that somebody has gained knowledge or truth and is going to speak it to you. That's not always easy either, right? So that could be a challenge in that way. Um, and it may be something like, this news, this this impulsive energy here is coming in. It caused all sorts of disruption. And then someone comes along and says, well, you know what? Uh, this was all because you said or did XYZ back in the day or last month or last week. Like this may be something that someone's coming back to you saying, you know what? You had a hand in this. You can't just walk away. So, again, Cancer, your best bet this month is to walk away. All right? So I do hope that that helps you. I have the updates on my website, mysticinspirations.com. I do monthly specials. So if this reading did not resonate with you and your moon and or rising sign does not resonate with you, please go ahead and check out my website. You may be able to grab a personal reading that's just for you. I would love to do that for you. And I do thank you for your love and support. And until September, I will see you then. Thanks, guys.